Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. As you can tell by the title, we will be discussing the potential for another storm system to take its track across the eastern and northern United States. This has energy from a system that is across southern Canada and also from the snowstorm that we saw over the past couple of days that dropped a heavy snow across Colorado, Wyoming, and Montana. So if you guys are new to this channel, hello, welcome. Check out the video, check out the channel. It's just a weather related channel, so if you guys would like to subscribe, you could definitely do that if you like weather, if you want weather forecasts, or if you're just a weather fan. So definitely consider doing so. And if you're a returning viewer, liking the video would be awesome. Otherwise, let's start getting into this. So right now we're looking at the GFS, Global Forecasting System, and you may be wondering, why am I at the North American view, right? Why am I looking at the whole continent of North America, Canada, Mexico, and the United States, versus just looking at the US and southern Canada? Well, this storm is actually so expansive, so big, that in order to capture its whole wrath, if you will, we have to look at the North American continent. So let's start moving this forward. Right now we are looking at this low pressure right here, bringing showers across much of northern Saskatchewan and northern Manitoba, and it's slowly starting to move into western portions of Ontario. It's really nothing too powerful at this point, but notice we do have some straggling precipitation across Oklahoma, Kansas, Iowa. This is starting to blossom now, and it will continue to blossom as we push into Wisconsin, or as we push into the overnight today, and a precip pushes into Wisconsin, Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois, and Missouri. And really it already is occurring in Missouri, but we'll continue to move out of there as we speak. And then notice by really early tomorrow in the morning, we start seeing this low pressure have a bit more of an intensity. It has a bit of snow by, at this point, this is, I think, southern Nunavut. And we have this precip further intensifying as it moves away from Missouri, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and moves into Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, and Michigan. And notice what this does. We see a lot of tropical moisture kind of fuel this cold front that this system combines. You can see at this point it has a cold front that stretches all the way from really the latitude of central Hudson Bay, all the way into Alabama, Georgia, and this may not necessarily be exactly connected all the way through, but it definitely will have a bit more of a significant impact because of the tropical activity. And notice that as we push this through, this keeps affecting portions of extreme northern Canada right here, by approaching Nunavut, northern Quebec, and we see that a lot of precipitations occurring across Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa. Those large cities across Canada are definitely seeing quite a bit, and this channel is I do include as much of Canada as possible because, why not? If I'm talking about the U.S., Canada's just to the north. They basically get impacted by similar weather we have. So I'll be including Canada more and more in my forecast. I won't be, discluding the U.S. I'll include the same amount of U.S. as I always have, just including more of Canada. And that's why I have to talk about the storm. It may not be necessarily impacting the west or the plains, but it's impacting southern Canada and the northeast, and you can see that it really pulls through. Whether or not it stays a bit organized so it could actually deliver rain into the northeast is really a bit kind of a coin toss at this point. We may or may not see that, but notice what this does is that it kind of weakens a cold front. The storm becomes very strong, 980 millibars, and it introduces a cool blast of air which could affect especially the Great Lakes, northern Great Lakes, and portions of the northeast this upcoming end of the weekend into early next week. But also some strong winds are possible across southern Canada, as this storm is very packed and it's powerful, and you can see the isobars are pretty packed. So as that moves into Greenland, it produces a snow blizzard, a snowstorm. So that's interesting to see. And then notice we actually see a weekend piece of the vortex trying to make its way into early next week. But the European has a bit more of a significant entrance into the U.S. than what the GFS has. But definitely intrusions of cold air are definitely supported by the models, if you will. And let's take a look now, a closer view, if you will, into the United States. Let's just run this over as I showed you what was up above. in kind of the whole scope of the storm to show you that this is a big storm. Notice as we push into tomorrow afternoon, we see rain across Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, UP of Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, and into portions of the south. And this continues to consolidate into bigger, massive rain into the north, while this cold front does stretch into portions of the south. And you can see that it does break apart before it reaches the northeast. So that's not really what we'd want to see, but definitely still a chunk of precipitation across southern Canada that will cause probably some thunder, some lightning, and some rain, maybe some flooding, but really doesn't look severe. And I could show you the severe weather outlook. It's really nothing significant. I was looking at all these models. I apologize. You can see it's just a marginal for tomorrow. So the severe weather doesn't look bad. But what I want to show you, you already saw I had it pulled up. I want to show you this model, the storm prediction model that I found, and I want to show you what it's showing in terms of precipitation type and the accumulation. So this is kind of, I guess, a more high resolution outlook onto what will happen tomorrow. So notice this is what we are at as of, here's the time, right? So we are right now at, I'm recording this video right around 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon, and we push this through, and this goes by hour, so you can see this was 13 hours out. That's around 1 o'clock, and notice that as we push this through, this is at around really what's going on right now. Pretty much 18Z is around 3-4 o'clock. What we see is this rain continuing to expand across the Minnesota, South Dakota, North Dakota area, Wisconsin, Iowa, and this isn't what the precipitation shield will look like or what the radar will show. This is how much precip will fall, and the light green shading is 1/10 of an inch, I think, per hour. Yes, per hour. And the darker it gets, as you can see, or sorry, a light shading is 1/100th. That's 1/10, and that's 1/4. The darkest. Notice that where the center, kind of where that darker green area is, that's where the heaviest rain will be. But this is per hour, and you can see that's where the rain takes its track. Notice it gets pretty strong right here. We could see some thunderstorms, even some powerful ones in terms of the rain. We could be looking around the Quad Cities and a bit south of there, but into northeastern Missouri, southeastern Iowa, and western Illinois. And that's really for early tomorrow. And as this cold front pushes to the north, we see a overall rain shield to the north and a bit more isolated, but definitely more concentrated area to the south of rain. And notice we do see that tropical activity flare up in the afternoon hours, and we could see that cold front kind of reorganize back on Sunday, late Saturday into early Sunday. You can see right here. We have another potential cold front organizing itself. If you just want a radar look, let's take a look at the HER model. Let's take it to 18Z, goes out to 36 hours, gives us a pretty good view of what's to come. Notice the rain right now is pretty scattered, nothing too significant, but it does increase in coverage, if you will. Light rain, embedded thunderstorms, and here's that little area of concern that we could be looking for some stronger storms, if you will. And at times this will look pretty disorganized. We could see it could possibly reorganize itself back up across Ohio, Kentucky, and western Michigan. So definitely something we'll have to monitor for. And obviously southern Canada could get a pretty large dose of rain out of this. If we were to take this to the NAM 3KM, which goes out even further, we could see that it really consolidates up here into a pretty nice area of precipitation. Notice Sunday, the NAM is showing even a cold front extending through the kind of the mid-south. That could be some severe stuff right there. But really look at that, quite a bit of rain for southern Canada. Not much for the northeast, unfortunately. If we look at the European model, it really shows much of the same thing. These models are pretty darn consistent about this event, so that's definitely good news. Notice we take this through. Here we have our storm system. The first piece, here's our southern piece. You can see it tracks it across Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, and then it tracks a cold front. You can see right there. It's a pretty strong one early Sunday morning. And it does kind of diminish the rain before it reaches the northeast, but it affects portions of southern Canada. So definitely Canada could get probably the most out of this, as that's where the core of the storm will be. And this is just an outlook into the future. I just wanted to show you there's definitely some activity going on, but definitely no large overpowering system. Let's take a look at the total accumulated precipitation for the European out of the storm system. You can see that for the Midwest, Wisconsin, we could get a few areas, even a general area. The European is showing of 1 to 2 inches, and into southern Canada, also seeing a few pockets of an inch plus. And obviously, where the thunderstorms do organize, there could be pockets of 2 to 3 inches. Also, the southeast will be seeing quite a bit of moisture from the tropics. A lot of it stays off coast, but there are a few areas that will see high concentrations. And if I take this through 240 hours, you can see that the rain definitely does increase across the south to pretty concerning amounts, 22 inches, while the Midwest stays relatively drier, but we'll have to see how that plays out. So that's basically it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of the storm. So again, southern Canada, the Great Lakes, Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky to have the best chance for seeing that rain. And even as Pennsylvania, New York, Kentucky, and portions of Tennessee could see that severe weather possibly on Sunday. Some stronger storms, if you will. So that's definitely a bit of a concern. But notice we get rain potentially across the northwest, according to the European. So that is very good news. We haven't seen rain there for a while. That would be very good news for the wildfires. At least in the regions where the rain is going to fall. It's not going to be a whole, statewide event, the rain, it looks to be at this point, most of it to be absorbed by the mountains. But at least, they get it by the coastal areas. So thank you guys so much for watching. Consider liking the video. Consider subscribing to this channel. And I'll catch you all guys in the next episode. See ya. Bye.